As you get here, I welcome you. I welcome you for coming, for being here. In a few minutes, I am going to show my face so you can see me. But we're also going to be talking about the different ways that you can level up. So I'm giving a few more minutes for a couple more people to get in here because we are starting in 1 minute. I've got my notes here. I've got my little maracas, and you may hear me shake them from time to time just to loosen up the energy, okay? This is my first webinar, so I didn't say take notes, but take notes. And all of you who are coming in right now, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be joining you in just a second on the camera. Let's go. So my name, like I said, is Queen Sarita. Hopefully you can see me pretty good. I've got my notes here. And I really want to talk to you about leveling up. So again, welcome so much to the self-improvement pep talk training. We'll talk about how to level up to attract your best life. And if you're here, then I know you're interested, and that's great because you can drop a comment. Hey, every one of you who are here, I'm so glad that you're here. I am Queen Sarita, a blogger and a self-improvement enthusiast. And at Naturally High Life, I discuss my processes of learning personal lessons in life as a Black woman and as a star seed and a good life strategist. Now, I've been learning how to attract my best life and my passion in life and how to make a living doing what I love. This is leveling up. Hence this training. Okay, so nowadays, what am I doing? I'm blogging, I am writing, and I discuss with you topics like metaphysics and coffee and life and tea and tarot and creative arts and family life. This is what I'm talking about. Now, back in the day, I used to struggle with making ends meet. What makes me qualified to teach this very topic today? Okay, who am I? Who am I? You know, first of all, don't judge me. I'm a psychic, a star seed named Queen Sarita, although I have been called like so many other spiritual names too. Queen Sarita is just a name of endearment, which has a story behind it. I'll share that inspiring story also in an upcoming training. So why am I qualified on this topic? I'd say it's because I'm a successful Black woman, a witch, an alchemist of my own life, a self-published author, a friend, and a teacher. And I'm also a wife, a big sister, and a stepmother, and a blogger, and an influencer, all things that are about living a better, naturally high life. Like my blog says. So I'm here to help other beings to find their most fulfilling path towards their life's goals and their goals in life. Now, while I also do the same for myself, you know what I'm saying? I help other people too. And what really makes me qualified to drive into this training with you is I'm a long-time professional tarot advisor. And I'm a multi-clair psychic with several psychic abilities, okay? And I use my psychic abilities, they're used to assist my clients. Now, I've seen so many people having concerns about making the changes that they want to make for themselves. After we get this tarot reading together, okay, they'll have concerns. And those concerns will be why I did this training. This training is specifically for this reason and more because I find many people are looking for a reason to take their life to the next level, whether it's in love, business, writing, as a star seed, in relationships, you know what I'm saying, with themselves. People truly want to get better. Even people that I've talked to who have books and blogs, they have tips and ideas and methods all on deck. Still, they'll even have these invisible blocks that seem to be in their way. Then on top of that, they can't see a simple way. They may find feelings of regret, sadness, and feeling unstable and unsafe, and begin to paralyze them, or they can't seem to execute their dreams. You know what I'm saying? But why? Let's discover why. Okay? In this training presentation, you're going to learn how to make the most of your life and your precious time on earth. Your precious time on earth, because life is a gift. Okay? Life can also be considered short. On top of that, and to top that, many people, they have concerns about living a completely fulfilling life. They find it hard to do, or even rough at most to maintain, especially because there are generational curses that people feel have taken over their life. Okay, just for example, if that's not enough to lose more interest in leveling up your life due to an overwhelm of taking action, or due to the possible details, if that's not enough to do that, then what's also interesting is that some people believe in past life karma. So if the generational curse idea is not enough to hold people back from leveling up, then there's also a belief in past life karma. Okay? And they feel like past life karma is affecting their present life experience in unfortunate ways. But what are you here to do? That's the question. And I feel like it's a trip because potentially this fear and worry can cause all sorts of mishaps. And actually, high life is for people who really want to dead this cycle of feeling heavily powerless in too many ways. Now, this is why everything that naturally high life is about has to do with creating and becoming a greater person and being on earth, and remembering your life path. All right? Now, a life path is something unique, which I feel we each have. It's like our own compass. And throughout leveling up, the human can alter and align with their own true north. They can align with their own true north. And finding one's way in life is important to feeling a sense of accomplishment while here on earth. Y'all know what I'm saying? Now, thank you for being here, but we're going to do this because we're keeping it high vibrational. And I'm just aligning with my purpose, y'all, just like you all are. And I'm here to do it with you. It doesn't matter what's going on. We're going to make it. So I'll show my face again in a few, but right now let's just get back to this. Where we were. A life path is something unique, which I feel like we each have. It's like our own compass. And through leveling up, the human can align with their own true north. Finding one's way in life is important to feeling a sense of accomplishment while here on earth. These feelings all have to do with replacing whatever doesn't serve a person in their lives any longer. And that's the most important thing here. Replacing whatever doesn't serve a person in their lives any longer is what leveling up is about. This deliberate action of leveling up can remove the so-called negative past karma from your life. Again, this deliberate action of leveling up can remove so-called negative past life karma from your life. This simple task allows the space for a great deal of positive energy to come through, which you could call positive karma. Now, if you're ready to springboard into a shiny new reality, to be treated better, to get what you want, to be your higher self now on earth, and sugar plum, honey bun, you are in the right place. Mercury Retrogrades left. We are leveling up after Mercury Retrograde based on the insights, happiness and money, self-love and self-image, happiness and social connections, the traits of happy people, happiness and touch, happiness and kindness, the happiness experiment, and some of the ways that you can, let's close this window right here, that you can level up or level down. All right, y'all. Now, let's go to the next slide and get it done. Again, thank you so much for being here. This is my first webinar with you, and I'm so freaking excited. Oh my God, y'all don't know how many times I've been trying to do this. Wow. But did these slides by hand. I didn't pay anybody. I really wanted to come and give you all my highest value here, okay? But thank you so much for allowing me to show up and do this, because we are going to level up together, y'all. Again, Queen Sarita here with you from naturallyhighlife.com. We are talking about leveling up. Let me let you see my faces for a minute. All right, how can I do that? I think we would do it like this. Yes, okay, it's me. I've even got my magic wand here. And right now I'm taking a break from doing readings to get this webinar done. So, how happy are you? Okay, how happy are you? That's the question here. How happy are you? Back to the slides. My face is off. Now we'll discuss leveling up for you, and what that looks like. You know, back in 2017, people from all over the world, they were asked to take a survey on their level of happiness as a whole. And the results were like 33% of the population rated themselves a 6 on the happiness scale, like on a scale from 1 to 10, okay? Now, I'd like you to answer that question in the comments. How happy are you on a scale from 1 to 10? Let me know in the comments, just as you take a moment to answer that, I want you to answer with your first response, and preferably, use your first best insight. Your first insight is going to be the best insight to use for this. And why do you feel like you scored the way you did? If you can leave a comment, do that and let me know. And don't judge yourself, but could you be happier or no? And the other thing is, I feel like that it's time for a change. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that feeling, that funny feeling, could be some folks really feeling overwhelmed and alone, okay? No matter how bad you feel that things have gotten, remember this: I'm here for you. I'm here. And we, the community and spirit, is here for you. Remember, you're not alone. Here or ever, now. You know what I'm saying? Your ancestors and everyone and everything are always connected to you. So let's explore further with the next slide, shall we? And I promise we're getting somewhere with this, okay? So, next slide we're going to is this one. Remember the question that we answered about leveling, the leveling of happiness, or the level of happiness that we felt we had or reached in the last slide? Well, imagine what most of the world answered on this question. The score was kind of on the lower end of the spectrum, okay? And with a score of like 33%, we can use some guidance here. I feel like we could use some guidance on, feeling happier. And if you look at TV programs overall, okay, I feel like overall you can find lessons of chaos and, confusion and destruction and principles that teach the opposite of flowing with nature, okay? Just check it out for yourself. And that's no accident. Look at how judgmental and sadistic the shows that come on are, okay? And what they do is they want to program you into carrying certain beliefs, and clearly because this is what will keep you coming back for more of their temporary problem fixes to the negative self-image they have perpetually nourished in the people of our world. I'm going to say it again. They want to program you into carrying certain beliefs, clearly, because this is how, and this is what will keep you coming back for more of their temporary problem fixes to the negative self-image they have perpetually nurtured and nourished in the people of our world. And I don't like it. And I'm sure if you know about this, and I know y'all do, you probably don't care for it either. And I feel like there's a better way, because this is what keeps you coming back for more solutions to fixing any perceived problems that you have been told that you have. This is no accident, my dear. This is no accident, okay? You really may know this already if you're attending this training, but if not, let me tell you that if you can actually research it for yourself, you'll see. For this truth is actually not even hidden. It's really not. Okay, let me go ahead and shift here. Woo. This is not hidden. I gotta hold up my ankh on this thing, y'all. I gotta hold up my ankh, because this stuff is powerful. It really is. Let me hold my ankh here and ground the energy and just breathe real good. Y'all feel me? Stay with me here on Leveling Up. I did some research here to just find out beyond getting pretty, how do you level up? Why level up? What's up? How do we get to the next level? All right. So another thing is, I want you to research it for yourself, because the truth is not really hidden, and it's in plain view for those with the eyes, awareness, and consciousness to see. It is. This training is an answer to that, leveling up instead of fighting the so-called higher up corporations and the crooks and the cronies and the fools and the foolishness all day. We have other options, y'all. And this is me hanging out with you. I have so many friends all over the globe. This is another way we can hang out besides being on the phone. I'm living my passion and I'm here with you. In this training, it's about reminding you of how powerful you are, and that it doesn't matter what tactics are being used on you, okay? Thank you again for being here. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all know I'm Queen Sarita from naturallyhighlife.com. All right? But it doesn't matter what type of tactics are being used on you. That's what I'm trying to say, or wanting to say here. Whatever jokes folks think they're getting away with shall be reconciled. Okay? You can do something about it though, and I call it the practice and habit of finding your divine state of happiness, also known as what? The law of creation. So let's get to our next slide, shall we, to talk about the next part. Now, if we run out of time, which I don't see how we will continue this in a part 2. Be happy to come back. Let me get off of here so you can see the slides. So there you go. What is happiness to you? Now, the reason people want to get better in life is for several reasons. The most dominant of those reasons, in my opinion, is that everyone wants to be a better version of themselves. I also feel this is because of our own essential nature. Well, it happens to be one that is from a divine source, and that we are one with on this amazing eternal force of the universe. Now, it's truly destiny for each person on the planet to seek an improved life experience. As we can see, there are boundless ways that people really try to have a happy life, or an experience, or a moment, or a vision, a mindset, etc. But here it is. The only thing that is happiness alone, the only thing about happiness is that alone will never be enough for any human to feel complete and satisfied within life. That's the thing. Happiness will never be enough. And although happiness is a great place to begin, I'm getting some water, y'all. Also, I feel, thank you so much, y'all, for being here again. And thank you for listening to me drink this water. I'm getting thirsty. And there we go. So although happiness is a great place to begin, also I feel that God, or the universal cosmic creator of the universe, is more than happy. And we have to be more than that as well. In fact, my own teacher has shared the teaching that was about how man and woman need to enjoy, and they need only to enjoy their divine God nature to truly enjoy life. This is about peace and joy, finding a place back and forth between these states of existence. Then you shall live and know that you are God man and God woman right here on earth. Okay? This is my belief, but also my own personal knowledge. So when you are going back and forth between these states of existence of peace and joy, then you shall live and know that you are God man and God woman right here on earth. And this is my belief, but also my own knowledge. So I invited you to this training to help expand your mind and heart so you can be more than you ever thought you could be. And next, you're going to see why you're so great and why you have the power. And deeply, there is a part of us that knows we deserve to be happy, that we deserve the best in life and the best that life has to offer, but that we have the right and the power to attract this for our life, if we only choose to. But what is the meaning of being happy, okay? And happiness, I feel like it's a feeling of joy and of some other things. I'll read to you what the dictionary meaning says. As you can see it on the screen here, read it with me, please. And it may be one you may want to write down, okay? And I didn't say it at the beginning, but it's good to take notes. You know, there may be a webinar replay of this. Yeah, I think there will be, because I didn't say to take notes at first. Very important. But my people usually have something to take notes with. Y'all feel moved, y'all take notes, or y'all record or something. What is the meaning of being happy, though? Happy is a feeling of joy, pleasure, or good fortune, exactly how you'd feel if you learned that you won the lottery or got accepted into your number one choice of colleges. Happy hails from the word hap, meaning good luck. On its own, happy means an enjoyable or satisfied state of being. This is a dictionary term, okay? Now, let's go to the next part here, which I want to share with you, and I'm going to come back on if I can without blocking out the screen. Now, I'm not going to come back on right now. Let's see what else is next. So right now we'll cover some of the ways you can level up or level down. How do people define leveling up, though? I did a little research to see. This is some of what I got when I checked. People seem to define leveling up as self-improvement. That's number one. Number two, practicing to be better, taking things to a higher level, becoming more. Okay? Advancing, succeeding, becoming your higher self, becoming your future self. Again, the list. People seem to define leveling up itself as number one, self-improvement. Number two, practicing to be better. Number three, taking things to a higher level. Number four, becoming more. Number five, advancing. Number six, succeeding. Number seven, becoming your higher self. Number eight, becoming your future self. This webinar training, it's about highlighting your particular attributes. This is a huge part of leveling up for many, maybe even you. It's about celebrating you. It's about not trying to compete with somebody or be like somebody else or do what somebody else is doing on or off TV. True self-empowerment, well, it's really about what would be considered a complete game changer for you. You know, what would make you feel, live, think, and be and look your best. And I'm coming back on real quick to show you all my face. What would make you live, feel, think, be, and look your best? Okay, I'm asking you that. And I want you to answer this for me real quick in the comments. What is your best? And how do you feel when you look your best? Okay? How do you feel when you look your best? And what are some of your best looks? What are the details of those looks? Next, one of the first things to do is to explore some of those images online, all right? And also in magazines that reveal, inspire, and draw you in to create a look that's uniquely of your own. I urge you to do this. And use these images for ideas only. I'm not saying to go out and buy a bunch of them, because these magazines, they do cost the price of books nowadays, depending on where you go. So you can find some magazines for free. Search for that, call the library, call some different places, check it out. Also, I found that the internet can prove to be helpful too. It really can. All right. Here it is. Let's show you all this. I don't know why it's cut the screen down, but here we go. The window's like really tiny. The internet, it can prove helpful too, like on Instagram and Pinterest. Okay, but yeah, just really explore and play with looks and fashion ideas and styles. I want you to do that. And this exercise will help you to find out what it is that you want fashion-wise to be a part of your own unique look, okay? So next, come on, stay with me. I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper, but I wanna go on, I wanna go and, like I said before, get myself ready for you all. So I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on while I'm on here just to level up and to check, how I'm over here looking. Okay, here we go, checking in the light. Okay, there we go. Do I need to add a little bit of lip gloss? Well, let's see. We'll do that. Okay, we add a little bit of lip gloss. First, my question to you is, what do you want to improve on first, okay? What's most important? Please share this in the comments, and thank you all so much for being here, okay? Next slide, Joe. Are you often inspired to level up or be happier in your life? I am, and I'm sure if you're here, you want to as well. I was researching happiness, and I found it's something that's been a huge issue for many people all over the world, y'all. For a long time, it's been that way, and however it seems, there's been a shift since the beginning of the year 2000. Just look, based on the Global Happiness Report of 2020, or for 2020, it's been said that happiness is on the way up and it's rising. Do you feel like happiness is rising for you? And do you feel like you've learned something valuable so far during this training that can help you to get better in your life? I hope so. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave your responses in the comments. But how long have you been wanting to improve your life? And what is it costing you by not having yet achieved the self-improvement that you desire so far in your life? And are you ready to do something about it? Let's go to the next one, y'all. Thank you for being here. Okay, there was a client of mine who was making all sorts of money left and right, and she always spent a good deal of time with me, getting regular readings like tarot readings and holistic healing sessions, and she loved being able to buy whatever she wanted because she really had a serious flow of cash to use at her disposal, and lots of it, y'all. Now, although her money and finances were on swole, there were other concerns she had, like love matters. And what happened is she still reached out to me about love, and love concerns were her largest thing. She really worked her mindset to change, and so I saw her life improve and also her love life. It wasn't money that improved the relationship for her, though. It just wasn't. That money she had simply wasn't enough, and there was always money. She prided herself on being a go-getter, and she even she learned this early on in life to be a go-getter, and it seemed to work for her until there was love, until until she had the discipline to get up and do certain things to get money. This continued happening, and she really considered herself to be a lover of life, and she really enjoys the freedom to be as she wants to be. Now, money was something that she used as a tool, and she used it as a resource to do things and to be the things that she considered happiness for her. But how about you? How do you use money? Put it in the comments for me. And let me tell you, in fact, my client, they had more than money. She also aspired to have her freedom too. You know, freedom was totally one of her riches. Freedom reminded her of the happiness that she had access to. So she looked forward to tapping into it through doing what she loves. Through doing what she loves and also making money from that. Now, she worked with me to, discover how to bring this happiness and this sense of joy and of direction into her romantic relationship. That's what she worked with me to do. Now, I ask you now, is money a part of your happiness, or do you need money to use only as a tool to grab what you want? Let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know in the comments. Here I am again. Let's go to the next slide, shall we? Speaking of cycles, there's a right time, then there's Mercury Retrograde. And as you take a look, at articles in magazines and blogs and astrological columns and newspapers and all the YouTube monthly, weekly, and yearly transit videos, this is when you'll often hear about which sign the speedy planet of Mercury is hanging out in. Plus, whenever the planet Mercury is in a certain zodiac sign, that's when we're able to see some patterns of the astrological sign's behavior when they join the party with Mercury during this retrograde transit. Now, when Mercury is sitting in a sign, you can see the traditional key effects that are said to affect each one of the astrological signs directly in different varying ways. This is why each Mercury retrograde is said to behave differently each time. Now, as Mercury retrograde makes its rounds through the sky, running around to visit each of the 12 zodiac signs, when I first began to write this, for instance, you know what I'm saying? I put this together. Mercury was retrograde in a fire sign. I do remember that. And I can recall it, as I think back, the themes that particular Mercury retrograde kept the focus on. It was inner child healing and recovery, okay? And it was then that I released a lot of stuff myself, and it was last year on the first day of spring. And I've been writing all about this since, y'all, okay? I feel spirit, the universe, or your higher self or angels have led you here to intrigue you and to remind you that in a huge way of many of these things. Most of all, it's to remind you that without the wisdom of knowing that we have the power over ourselves each and every time, life can seem so uncertain, but don't get caught up, okay? Affirm your magic through everything. And we get it, Spirit says. When we don't know any other way to deal with this feeling of powerlessness and then uncertainty, this is when fear can also set in due to the mind's focus on this, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be that way because you do have power. And Mercury is known as the younger brother of the zodiac. This planet is really powerful in helping with, regaining your personal power, which is in essence leveling up. Let's go to the next part. Leveling up with others. Allow the signs within yourself to be your guide on how to level up, but pay attention to other signs that may be trying to signal to you to change certain ways. Pay attention. This is because I've found that other people can motivate us to get off our bums and to take action even when we may not like it at all, okay? In closing, just be mindful not to take everything in a negative, personal way when dealing with others, okay? Especially when others' comments and opinions are involved. Stay focused on your bottom line, your desires and wants. What other people think about you is really no matter at the end of the day. So leveling up with others gives added purpose in one's life And having friends is good for the soul, people say. And man is not made to live alone, are some of the things people say. And people enhance one's quality of life. All right, y'all, so we're 44 minutes in. Let's go to the next one. I think I can put my face on here again. Portraits of happy people. Yeah, it deserved to be on there. Portraits of happy people. Where are we at? Mercury Retrograde can help us achieve what's wanted, because Mercury Retrograde brings up the past. Mercury also shows us a mirror of how we feel about ourselves in our day-to-day life. However, as Mercury Retrograde highlights the past for us, people come around either to us near or far to communicate, which is a keynote of Mercury, communication, communicate. This is where we get to see further what our self-image is of ourselves, okay, when these people come around, especially through interacting with others. As we experience energy with other people, we regain insights into who we are and what we want from life and also from ourselves. The issue is that people have confusion about who they are, and they can lack confidence in moving forward. That's the issue, y'all, that people have confusion about who they are. That's why I need some water. Also, they can lack confidence in moving forward, and also what they need to be doing and how to change. Let me show y'all my stuffed animal. Just a second. The little lion. Anyway, how do they change? And what do they need to be doing? Now, everything about how we do, what we do, look and think is about our self-image and how we see ourselves, okay? A lively woman named Sue, she talked with me about how she wanted to find a way to hold herself accountable for keeping up with her weight loss and money goals in 2019. She even said she was ready to try again to go for her dreams and life path way harder. She said it's her image of herself that must change. That's what she said. And she needs to feel deserving. Now, thanks for being here, everyone. Isn't it great to know you're not alone? Because, look. When we change the self-image that we hold of our persons to a self-image which we're proud of, then life embraces us so much more. Success in everything from there, you know what? It can only multiply and it can only expand in the best ways. It's possible. But first we need to examine. We've got to examine the self-image we hold. And also we need to check the beliefs we hold about ourselves too. This will let us know if we need to get some help to work on the energy, the looks, the mindset, the self-timing. The self-limiting the beliefs, the mindset, or the self-image, or any and all of them. The cycle of thinking must be checked after all. Now, I don't know if you've heard the studies from master teachers and scientists and researchers and students of metaphysics, alchemy, and magic. They have said over and over again, it's our mind that creates our reality. I was about to start talking with an accent. It's our mind that creates reality. So let's go to the next slide, y'all. Let's go to the next slide, yeah. Do our best. Level up tools and resources. Okay. Now, popular sources of joy and inspiration. And I put girl power on there. Y'all have probably seen my little Bitmoji on Instagram. If not, follow me on Instagram at queen_Sarita. And also the website's naturallyhighlife.com. I'm Queen Sarita. Thank you for being here. Now, what tools and resources do you have now that can assist you on your journey to level up? Any apps, any sources of inspiration? Do you have any resources that encourage creativity? Any ideas, websites, magazines, stores? What about any people or fashion trends? What era of fashion are you most fond of? And what are the people your size wearing? Next slide. The traits of self-love, leveling up, and happy people. Observe and practice these for yourself, okay? Do this exercise to build up self-love, okay? Self-image isn't to be confused with self-awareness or self-concept or self-consciousness or self-perception or self-esteem or self-confidence. Again, self-image isn't to be confused with self-awareness, self-concept, self-consciousness, self-perception, self-esteem, or self-confidence. Self-esteem is the mental picture, generally, of a kind, that is quite resistant to change. The self-image can be resistant to change, and that depicts not only the details that are potentially available to an objective investigation by others via height, weight, hair color, etc., but also that have been learned by people or persons about themselves, either from personal experiences or by internalizing the judgments of others. The self-esteem, it's something that's resulting from how an individual sees oneself, or self-image resulting from how others see the individual. A self-image can be resulting from how the individual perceives others see them. A self-image is resulting from how the individual perceives the individual. Here we go. Let me say that again. That's a tongue twister. Self-image is also resulting from how the individual perceives the individual sees oneself. Begin this practice to improve the self-image. Look in a mirror about 3 times a day. Okay? As you look into your own eyes, tell your reflection of you that you love him or her. Okay? This powerful exercise will help. And for example, are your legs the way you want them to be, and your feet? Do you need a manicure or a pedicure? I'm not talking about adding extensions or even adding color. Okay? You may not be into adding nail polish or any of that. I get it. But some folks aren't into all that stuff. And that's fine. There's other ways that you can level up. However you look, when you're manifesting what you want in yourself, your look, your feel, just listen. For example, pay attention to details. But I'm also going to talk about the lady or the man in general leveling up. Okay? What looks better on you? How can you look better? How can you feel better? I'm talking, I know feeling is temporary and a temporary thing, and it's not a real thing. It's not real. However, think about this for a minute. Don't you find it to be true that when you're feeling your best, when you're feeling peaceful, harmoniously, and joyous, then the things that you desire line up for you in a row for your taking? Answer that in the comments. Many say true. And so the traits of self-love, leveling up, and happy people are these things a lot of times. They approach life with zest, they are hopeful, and they're grateful, okay? Next slide. Looks like we're going to go over our time today, y'all, but I'm doing my best and see how fast we can get through these slides. All right, success. What is success to you? And how are you willing to improve yourself? Think about those things for a minute. What is success to you, and how are you willing to improve yourself? I want you to look over the checklist I made for you to see some level up areas and ideas. And I can pull this up for you right now, the checklist. Okay, here it is. There it is. If you want to take notes here, this is very important. But the checklist, you can get it by signing up to the link that got you here. The checklist will come with this. If you don't have it, then I'm going to see if I can put it in the show notes so you can have a copy of it. Okay? I want you to look this over to get some ideas and things like that. Look over the list. Where do you find yourself focusing the bulk of your energy on leveling up so far? Is it through your shoes, your self-love, and setting boundaries and looking in the mirror and feeling too sensitive? You know? Is it through friends or lovers, or is it through what you own? Regardless, you can improve any way you like. Use the checklist to see the many options that are available to you to assist you with getting better, okay? So let's just say that perhaps it's the shoes that can use some improving. Y'all know some of us got some shoes which I call mules. They're right there in the closet and they're crying to go in the garbage. Can I tell you, I just threw away some older shoes. I used to have these ballerina flats. They were from Target. I love them, but they started to get loose on my feet as I started eating a low carb, diet. And then the shoes started being called my rocking chair shoes, but they were so comfortable. So, oh my God, I do remember the day I was looking for shoes and I wanted to attract the most perfect ballerina flats or ballet flats I've seen, and I saw these ballerina flats. And I've seen expensive ones before and I've tried them on, but those shoes right there, they fit so perfect for my feet. So also, I wanted something that lasted for years. Anyway, a couple of years they lasted. Then it was time to throw them out and to upgrade to a better pair. I felt liberated when I threw the shoes out, ballerina flats, right? It's a simple example of how leveling up and knowing when it's time is important. Now it's your turn. What can you clear out to make room? Now, I watch a show on Netflix called, it's about tiny homes, and I like to watch it to watch people clear and make room and level up or level down. Now, have you seen a show like this? But that's how you do it. Take out a sheet of paper to consider this, okay? You can use this checklist. And if you need to zoom in, make it bigger, whatever, just go ahead and work it. Okay? Before we go any further, I want to help you feel worthy of being loved and also cared for and deserving of your improved, better life, okay, and better self. You're in the right place. I just wanted to assure you of that. You can look over the checklist. What can you improve on? Add your notes here. That's what you would do, and you can check off the list. Now, this is a list for anyone who wants to level up. It's just some ideas. There are other ways to level up, and we'll discuss those as well. But right now, we're starting right here. I'm going to go ahead and close this out since I showed you the checklist. Yay, it worked. It didn't work exactly the way I thought it would, but it's all good. I'm so grateful. I'm going to close this out all together. If you need this level up checklist, just let me know. Let's continue. We are over an hour now, but success is often determined by happiness, a sense of financial security, kindness, and compassion. Confidence is often determined by one's perceived level of success in life. Level Up experiment conducted in June of 2019 is a practice of becoming more aware of the moment, choosing to enjoy life for yourself or shift your life to what you want instead. To practice this, you do it for 30 days. You also check your results as well. try the 30-day level up and experiment you may want to implement, okay? Steps of the 30-day. Let me show y'all. Stay with me. I know we're over an hour, but stay with me, okay? I just wanted to come in. Let me get through these slides. Steps of the 30-day level up experiment. Access what you can do to unblock yourself. Discover how you can prepare for your transformation. Realize the growth, blessings, change, shift that you seek to awaken in yourself. All right? Feel blocked? What can you do to unblock yourself? Then you'll find that you attract what you want, and it'll come fast with fewer blockages and obstructions. Decide your routines, looks, and focus over the next 30 days. This is a part of the level up experiment. Showing your legs like me, question mark. Are you doing that? I'm putting on a dress, like an A-line dress, something that looks classy, but, I'm being creative. You can do the same. I'm going to have like a little cleavage. I'm going to this KRS-One concert tomorrow with my husband. It's going to be delicious. And, I'm going to show a little bit of something, a little bit of cleavage, I won't be showing too much, but some legs on the sides, but my shoes that show my toes or something, perhaps polished, because I'm going for a feminine look. Because here it is. If you're a woman looking to attract an alpha male or a classically masculine man, you've got to be the opposite end of that. You've got to be very feminine for the most part. Now, of course, there are exceptions to the rule because there are so many types of blends of people, out there. However you attract, just be mindful of that. The details, they matter in some way. And opposite attract. Water. All right, just drinking some water. Now, a lot of times, it's often said that depending on your sexual preferences, that opposites still attract. On some level, whether you are attracted to the same sex or not, yes, there's going to be opposite temperaments there. So just be mindful. It may seem like, a little frustrating. Some people may feel like they have to change their looks to attract or to be with somebody. Now, there are certainly other ways. Looks aren't a factor for everyone. For example, if you have been with me for a while, then you could have possibly seen a video that was recorded by me. It was an entire video regarding how to attract the spiritual love you've always wanted. And one of the ways is through your heart vibration, which we talked about through your look. That's one way. And the mind is another, okay? So you can attract through your heart energy or through your mind energy. And you definitely want to get that foundation started, because if you don't want the skeletons to come out the closet later, if you don't do that preparation work and do your research, so, these things can happen. So save yourself the time, regret, and headache. I don't know if you've heard the research, the studies from master teachers and scientists and researchers and students of metaphysics and alchemy and magic. They have said times over and over again that, it's our mind that creates our reality. And how we speak, think, look, and feel matters. Many people say they don't know where to start to change themselves. And many of my clients and I have gone through moments of not feeling good enough. With that remembering, understanding, and knowing, this knowledge can bring about a person who has the type of personality or template that, where they operate out of just being laid back because they understand that this life is transitory and we're here to co-create. Now, life is not going to last forever. Like this life we're in now, however, it's not going to last the same way. But we're still here to learn and to live and to lead a vision, an idea, a dream that matters to us. We are each here to do something purposeful. Also, it's our choice whatever that is. And something will be born through you, through me, as many times this lifetime as is necessary, because we're Earth. We are Earth. Us imagining is how this planet creates. I'm excited about it. And it's one way the universe is constantly creating, and we have a say in our quality of life as a result of that. So since you all can be so laid back like my person, like us back in the day, we will learn how to level up the starseeds way, the lazy ass way, or the express way. Trust me when I say I know how it is to feel like a complete alien to this planet, to seem to not ever feel like you fit in, okay? I do know how that feels. Oh my God. When I was younger, okay, honey, I know about it, trust. And since then, I found ways to predict plus better the life and the quality of life that I'm living. This is key. And the key is how I do this. I do this by being very intentional about everything I do. And I had to learn the flipping hard way too. How about you? How about you? Thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being on the other side here with me. This is why, like you, this is why I, like you, have tons of tips to help you level up according to your life's needs and passions. It first started when I literally traveled all over the place in my head one day as I started spiritually awakening more and more and decided that's when this happened. The self-love experiment, okay? That's when it happened. And I'm here with you to let you know that I have been doing it. Oh, all right. And that's what I've been wanting to embody and be about, okay? Self-love. It's to be more present, but to also be mindful of what it is that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Because life is really here waiting for us to mold it into what we want it to be. Since I've been seeing this and practicing and living this, I can see that more and more I'm getting what I've been focusing on, y'all. And we are already an hour in, but let's keep going. After all, what we want, it's been coming slower than most would prefer though. And there's something to it. I'm telling y'all, it's not a game. It's not a game, which is why Naturally High Life was born. So right now we'll discover some of the ways you can level up or level down some more. This webinar training, it's about highlighting your particular attributes, okay? I had to forget to I turned my head because my nose is itching. Again, it's about celebrating you and encouragement. It's about what would be considered a complete game changer for you. What would make you live and do and feel and think and be and look your best. What would do that? What's your best? How do you feel? Okay? How do you feel when you look your best? And what are some of your best ideas, looks, your mindsets, your moods, and your routines? What do they look like? So one of the first things to do is to explore some images, but also, go out to actually people watch. That's what I'm going to suggest. And look at people that have things that you admire going on about their look, okay? Find what looks draw you in or intrigue you, and you're doing great. Now tell me, what steps have you already attempted with improving yourself, and what worked well for you and what didn't? So the self-love experiment is segmented into 4 time frames. I'm going to get my face off of here and read it. How are you willing to improve yourself? How do you feel you look your best? What's the turned up you look like? Know that you can improve any way you like. That's the final thing on that. Write these questions down. One of them is even a question. It's just an affirmation to remind you to know it. Know that you can improve any way you like. Write these down, answer them at your leisure, and they'll help you out with leveling up, with improving your life through the self-love experiment. Now, more of the results, okay? Trends and patterns. Leveling up is said to be on the rise. People everywhere are seeking to better themselves in varying ways. One way that has worked for me is to use images to find out, what I like about me, and also what more I want to see from myself. Now, have you ever thought about this idea of putting your leveling up vision inside of a book that's called a vision board? What is this? It's a vision board that's in a book. And I actually have one. My vision book has been started, and already I need to be working on it. The next day, maybe we can, the next way we can collaborate together, maybe in a workshop, could be where I show you how to create your own vision board book. I call it a vision board book. So I think we can do that probably together, and that'll be the next thing we talk about when leveling up, along with some inspirations for leveling up. Now, it's going to be so much nerdy. It's going to be so much nerdy fun to work on this vision board book together. So stay tuned. And I want you to sign in for that training too, once it comes up. The vision board book training. Now, then we can improve the level up trends and show this world what we're made of. Love, okay? Love. Look at this. The analysis of results. Now, people's happiness were triggered by simple things. Animals and babies are popular happiness triggers, it said, and happiness is largely equated with financial stability and with peace and with joy. And we're almost done here. Now, 8 out of 10 equated happiness with contentment in life. 9 out of 10 equated happiness to being kind, at peace, and joy. We're almost done. I'd love to hear from your experiences about leveling up, how you're leveling up. Also share some of the ways you're wanting to get better. What did you come up with? And sorry, I'm drinking some water. Now, I can remember, my spirit guides share with me one time, there's no one method of leveling up that's actually better than another. Okay? So let's keep uplifting ourselves, which in turn uplifts the world into what we want it to be more and more of. Now, paradise on earth, as I like to call it, is what that is. When you uplift the world into what you want it to be more and more. And what awakened spiritual being wouldn't want that? Paradise on earth. Okay? Useful everyday tips. Add more of these on a daily basis. Do not postpone your happiness. Enjoy today. That's one of them. Never underestimate your resilience. And dust off and try again. Spend money on wonderful experiences because money is a resource to use. Next, I'm looking forward to your comments, and thanks for being here and connecting with you all in the next training. Peach. Peace, much love, and check out my stories on Instagram, Queen _Sarita, because I like to drop on the spot updates on there throughout the week, okay? So other areas to focus on for leveling up are do random acts of kindness, Volunteer and help others. Keep a gratitude journal. forgive quickly with meaning, but also exercise mindfulness and be the best version of yourself. Yay! We have reached the freaking end, y'all. Oh my God. So I needed a few extra minutes to get this part in for y'all. This is the final words. It's a miracle to be who we are. It's a gift to have the ability to get better. That's by a quote from me, Queen Sarita, at naturallyhighlife.com. And congrats, you made it to the end. For those who stayed with me, I have a special offer for you. It's a program I want to have you experience prior to us actually putting together our vision books. What do I have in mind? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a series of 21-day meditations to recalibrate your beliefs about yourself to empower you. Okay? 21-day meditations to recalibrate your beliefs about yourself and to empower you. This is going to be wonderful, and I look forward to sharing it with you. We're also going to do a whole lot more, but for now, look for the next thing where we do these meditations together, and we're going to continue to level up. And through those meditations, you're going to get insights. Let me come on here. Through the meditations that I have available for you, you're going to get insights, y'all. And you're going to get insights on how to get better, how to improve yourself, and just how to be the very best that you can be. I'm so excited that I finally got this webinar done. There are going to be some stutterings and some different things in here. I'll come back and make it better. But right now, I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of my dream. And, here's a crystal, and this is a Lumerian crystal, and I'm just sharing the high vibrational energy from this with you and just letting y'all know that whatever your dreams are, you can level up to meet them, because nobody else can do it like you, okay? With that being said, sorry, we're going to go ahead and close out. I'm Queen Sarita from Naturally High Life, and I'm so happy that you came here with me. And I'm so happy that we are on this journey together. And leave a comment what your takeaways were, the biggest takeaways that you got from this webinar. If you got nothing from it, share that. If you got something, share that. And what are you looking to level up on? What have you leveled up on so far? And look over your notes, look over your checklist. And I say thank you so much for being a part of my journey as we close out. It's so funny how this thing is such a small window. But I just want to say that this has been so worth it for me. And I'm going to just say bye. I'm closing out. I'll see you guys later. Peace and much love. It's Queen Sarita. And I think I said bye like a whole bunch of times. Let me find out how to close this out. And to contact me, leave a comment, and I will certainly get back to you. And you all are on my list now, so you'll be getting some updates. But look for the 21-day meditations. Like I said, follow me on Instagram, Queen_Sarita. Peace. I hope you found value in this. If you did, let me know. It's all about paying it forward. Thank you all for being there on the other side for me too. Much love. Peace.